The winner takes so much more than a spot in the playoffs, and they're going to be taking it on Inferno.
A 9-map winning streak for Vitality. Only 3 of those games going to double digits, and they want to dominate Astralis, the Danes, yet again. It's the finale, the finisher to a tournament lifeline for one of these two teams. For the other, a playoff up against Na'Vi.
Yeah,
Astralis, Vitality.
Not only is this delivered, right, in terms of the big moments, in terms of the frags, but also you got to remember, this is a match where elimination is on the line. Either we don't have Vitality continuing, or Astralis are gone. And that's unheard of, right, for both of these teams. You imagine that they were both in playoffs, but no, it's all decided here on Inferno. And the numbers, well, the numbers might tell you that Vitality are the favorites, but we've already seen one hell of a fight out of Astralis. I don't know which way this was going. And frankly, I couldn't care less. I'm here for the Counter-Strike. I'm here for this head-to-head. And this B play, well, it might be the perfect way to open up this pistol. Astralis smokes down. They're looking to move in, but they got to get past ZywOo, the sheriff of this B-bomb site. Apex dueling from Dark. ZywOo CZ is only good for one. And now Apex needs help. He's calling for assistance. He's calling for anyone. And Nevera tries to be that hero, but instead, he's made this round harder for the rest of Vitality.
Oh, hey, Masuta, no pressure. Subbed in for the 3rd map of this series. He better be warm and ready to go. Not clearing device, and he'll clean the round. Astralis with the pistol. And yes, a mid-series substitution. Shox is gone for the time being. Nevera looked damn good on Dust as well, so excited to have him still in the server. This potential CTAAWP between him and ZywOo could certainly be coming through once the money is there, and that is not apparent yet with the pistol win under the wing of Astralis. Quick B execute. A ruthless T side we expect from this team with methodical executes. Can Vitality weather the storm? It's a smoke play. 5 smokes ready to delay. Make that 4. Nevera dies in the middle. It will be dropped, and so there's a chance that someone can pick that up. But right now, passive play for Vitality, conceding the mid-arch as Astralis walk up B.
Yeah, Masuta drops his smoke to push forward, retrieve the one from Nevera's body and the scout as well. But he's not in the business of scouting as a guy like Masuta. Interesting thing to note, Masuta comes into this game as the highest rated player of the event, right? That's thanks to 2 incredible maps early on. That was stemming from that big matchup. And we haven't seen him play since then. It's all been Nevera in the server. So the pressure is really on for Masuta. He's been sat out for a day now. And the expectations are high. Astralis stacked up outside of this A bomb site, and this is all going on while Device is waiting in the wings outside of B. He can use that smoke to either pull rotations over, or in maintaining this top banana control, leaves open the opportunity for Astralis to late play into the B site, and that looks to be the decision, but Vitality is seemingly one step ahead. They've taken a bit of a gamble here. Nothing could have led them to make this decision other than just the call, well then let's play B, and if they do fake this, if they do come back into this B site, then we're there. And here's the hold. You're running in with 10 seconds left into a stacked B bomb site, and no kills have come through for Astralis yet. It's ugly, it's messy, and they're getting chased down by Team Vitality. Just like that, the round goes in favor of the Frenchman, and they even lose Dupree after time.
That's incredible, yeah. Masuta, a big play from him, not only to early rotate, but as he drops his first smoke and picks up Nevera's, he saves that for B. He doesn't just cycle it out in middle, and that smoke dropped at 20 seconds, forced Astralis' hand. They had to go. 2 players late as well. And with no picks into that B-bomb site, there's no way in hell they were going to get that round under wraps. Now a big old buy for Vitality. The force goes their way. Even a run boost to B for ZywOo. He can peek early with the spawn. Nevera doubts himself with that peek. Doesn't want to commit and makes the right call against the Deagles of Astralis. Magisk, he had a slow start to the series, but a hot finish on Dust 2. His Deagle is devastating when in form. And let's see if he can show us. Back to B. Device looking for the pick. ZywOo spotting. Spotted, but not shot.
Yeah, ZywOo just playing that pixel angle, right, for the information. That's going to be Apex dropping his smoke. Oh, no one's hit anyone yet, but it feels like it's only a matter of time. So we're re-smoking the top of Banana, and that happens as the CT smoke goes in. Those flashes from Apex are very well timed. Because Astralis, the smoke hadn't bloomed yet. You know, they were ready to go pushing through, what with their CT smoke down.
Yeah, in both of these rounds, Vitality have excellently denied the execute right as Astralis try and commit for it. And so that's forced Astralis' hand to go back with no utility. They're relying on the Deegs to find openings. 30 seconds. Vitality, they're going to hear the feet rumbling and tumbling right round the corner. Nevera with a wallbang headshot, and there's more where that came from. Dupree tagged as well. It's a B push coming through. Vitality know where this one's going, and it shouldn't be too much of a task to clean it up. 5 alive, and a second round taken for Vitality. And that really just comes down to the fact that they stall Astralis' B play right as the execute comes in. Not just the smoke that Astralis tried to push, but the molly from Apex right in front of it. Astralis can't go, and so back to the drawing board instead. Glocks out, giving away a third round.
Yeah, you've got no choice in the matter in this one if you're Astralis. At least a bit of time, right, where you can try and get utility out of Vitality, play it a little bit slow, force a lot of reinvestment, and have some time to discuss how you want to approach this first rifle round that's coming up. And so it is just one of these very, very painfully slow rounds almost, right? I think after Dust, everyone's wanting us to be, wanting this to be this explosive affair early on. And this round was never destined to be quick. It was always going to be slow. Because when you're in a spot like this, when you're Astralis, right, and you're trying to bail yourself out from elimination, you've had a very, very slow start to the day and then a big recovery on Dust. You want to be planning ahead. You want to be forcing as many of these rebuys as possible because there's elimination on the line. And either you put a stop to Vitality's run in this tournament and you lock them out of that idea of, man, a big ending to 2020, a big, you know, like chance in the playoffs, another chance of Vitality, and you open up that opportunity as well for you to try and reclaim that #1 in the world.
Yeah.
And it all hinges on one map. That's what you're left with here. So now they pick up the pace. Now they try and rush down these players. And as expected, it's pretty one-sided for Vitality. They mop up pretty much everyone. No contest. It's only Glocks. So this third round is solidified, and they keep it nice and clean as well.
Beautiful stuff. Nevera's flexing on him right now in this long position. I love to see his scout. Orb was popping on Dust too as well. We'll have that coming soon. Will he just finally reinvest and upgrade this gun? And now we get to see what Astralis have to offer, right? The pistol execute followed by some failed B plays and pistols going nowhere. Well, now they've got the AKs out. And a chance to get on this board again early on. Orb for Nevera. Zywoo still sitting back with a rifle. Obviously, a bit of limitation with the utility. It is the first gun round for Astralis, so mollies are not allowed, and Device with the only, well, one of the 2 only HE grenades, chucks it up B. Gets some damage, but receives some as well. It's an equal trade. RPK up in the apartments. He's supported by Masuta, pushed as well. Dupree is jumping. RPK hears this. He knows someone's in bedroom now. But is it night-night to Dupree, who does have that bomb on his lonesome? Pushing in could gift it over to the tank. Unmoving, unwavering, and patient in the apartments. Masuta picked up. RPK swings in for the bomb, and that is now under his control. It's a recovery mission for Astralis again, and Apex now tries to kill them coming out of B. Astralis wanted to commit towards something up that top Banana, but with them being pulled back while Vitality push in. Magic's holding Banana as Zywoo and Nevera swap weapons and re-aggress at the car. Astralis are given the bomb back under their hand. Will this kill go the way of Magis? Yes. So Astralis hold on to B. If they can get that bomb back to the site, it's only Nevera to stop them. Glaive has a well-timed lurk, but no kills being offered up with Apex tucked. Nevera with the swing regains Banana, and Astralis are forced into A.
RPK and Apex here, 2 of the vintage boys on Vitality with this crossfire between Pit in the graveyard and RPK. He might be low, he might only be on 7 points of health, but he's able to draw the attention in. And as I say that, Device takes his head off through the smoke, but they still don't know about Apex, who's sneaky in the graveyard. Device is looking warm, and it falls to Nevera. The young gun, the brother has screamed to take some heads off now. Flash keeps him out of this bomb site for the time being. He's going to drop a smoke. He's trying to be a hero. He's trying to make a big play, but he doesn't spot Device crouched down in the pit. And so Astralis get that second, and that is a welcome return back into this game for Astralis. You think about how this has gone so far. Well, they win the pistol, but then that second round anti-force buy from them goes about as disastrously as you could have hoped, right? They lose Dupree after time. They lose to the force from Vitality. It's complete chaos. And now they win that rifle at least. So that's something to build upon now for Astralis.
Yeah, even though Glaive fails on that long lurk dead to RPK, what a round for Device, finding 3 and even tapping out the man in the pit. Back to Banana. Pressure put on by Apex and ZywOo, spamming the smokes, but there's danger with that. There's a nade right in, and Device could push through this gap as well. ZywOo backs up. It's a well-timed retreat from Vitality, but oh dear, RBK caught with nades for the middle. Device gets a B pick at the same second, and even though the bomb is back in spawn, Astralis defaulting, find a 5-on-3 immediately. No trade allowed, and this is where Astralis can just bleed. They can just wait. Vitality wounded. They don't want to regress into a clearly holding, patient Astralis who wait for that mistake. Re-smoke in middle. But it's coming down to the gamble, right? Vitality, it wouldn't even be bad of them to put 3 players on a site and hope for the best in a scenario like this. Because right now, if Apex doesn't multi-kill, the round is immediately done. Does have a Molotov, picks up a flash off the ground. But timing is everything, and Astralis are giving away no information. They're even going to have Glaive selling this fake up on the A site. He can molly pit, he can keep players here, and then Apex has to deal with everyone else back up towards B. Oh no, he's been baited. But it's also, you know, somewhat of a safe call.
The bomb is going back, but luckily enough, Magis should discover this anyway. Doesn't matter, they're fasting up through mid. Oh dear, Astralis might have just dug their own graves. They've gone into the stack site. They had an empty B site. 10 seconds time might be the problem. Masuta with the hold of a lifetime. There it is, into the crossfire. And Masuta hot off the bench. He was waiting to get stuck into this game. And here it is, he delivers already, man. You can see why we've been so excited about getting to see him again, right? Because the big question for Masuta was, can he live up to that huge opener he had on day 1 for Vitality, you know? He was looking so good in that big matchup, and then they sub him off in the third, and everyone's like, ooh, is that a mistake? Well, they end up losing that map, don't they? That's why they're here in this lower bracket in the first place, having a face elimination versus Astralis. And he saves them in that round there.
It's rare to see Astralis outbrain themselves, right? The double fake causes a stack in that A site. What a read from Apex. There are some good trades up Banana in this round, but it's still coming at a cost. And only pistols remaining. Device fighting back. Apex keeps him out with a Molotov. Bomb is still under the control of Astralis. They're looking for picks, but no more presented with the smoke down in middle and B. Apex push deep, allows for 2 on this A site. I can't believe Astralis go back to A in that.
Yeah,
I can't.
It never happens.
Yeah. That looked like the perfect bread and butter execute into the B-bomb site that has been terrifying at best, but another re-smoke with a gap in it. Will that get exploited? Not enough for Device to see through. And Apex firing back warning shots. Keep your nose out of my banana.
I think it's quite telling as well, right? Because Astralis, when they were winning everything, when they really were that best team in the world, and we were in the Danish era, and it was almost boring because you knew they were going to win every event they attended. They had that confidence, they had that swagger, they'd never second-guess themselves, right? Everything was done with conviction. Whereas now, this Astralis that, you know, has been a little bit wounded, what with departures of players leaving, hot swapping Bubsky, having S-Tag. They do look a little more inside. They don't have that same championship mindset right now. And instead, that actually leans in favor of Vitality, right? Because these have been the top dogs of 2020.
Hello.
Ready for the boost is Apex, but he's only good for 1 of them. And now there's a 2-on-2. The bomb's up in this A-bomb site, and Dupree, he hears them running away. Oh, so you guys outsmarted us last round. Well, now I'm going to give you a taste of the Glaive medicine. And boy, ain't it sour, Vitality. Isn't it sour when now you realize, now the penny drops. Oh, bugger, it's A. So they both start to rotate back round. There is still time, but a lot of it is ticked away because of this fake. Dupree and Zip left in the 2v2. There was nothing in this round for Astralis, but Dupree's Deagle might deliver salvation after all. It's Masuta asked to clutch, tap to Dupree, and just Zip left to find. But clutching versus this guy is no easy feat, and Masuta learns that the hard way. Astralis are on to 3 in an eco round.
What a call, man, especially after that double fake. They go back for essentially what is the same, forcing Apex out of B with the trade, faking it with the util. Dupree, the entire time he's in the apartment, he hears Masuta run away, and Masuta had to run away to make that happen. There were 10 seconds left. It needed to be the bomb stick. And oh my, the mind games in this matchup already, the fakes we've seen. 4-3. And this is living up to every expectation and more. Last time we had this game, it was Vitality sweeping over Astralis with a 16-5. Back at Blast. Not here, not today. They've got to work for the win, as they learn back on Dust 2. Astralis never giving up. Never going down without a fight. Whoa. Bottle to the face. Oh, MP9 spray. It's a bit sweaty. Glaive can trade through the smoke and get out of there alive as well. The bomb takes a safe route out. They know there is double B for Vitality at the moment. Will that remain? No, Masuta already running a wrap. Rotate towards long. Dupree's out in apartments with Zip again. Well, PK anchoring pit right now alone. Crossfire with Nevera on the site. They're going to commit. Nevera not cleared. Glaive doesn't know. He's running into a Molotov. The Deagle spam does something, but it's still RPK holding strong and dropping the bomb. Plenty of time, and Glaive is stuck behind enemy lines. Do they know?
He's up on the bike, trying to ride this one to victory. There's the first, but both players already up short-sided. Glaive is not aware. There's a couple of warning shots, and oh, you don't give Glaive a warning! Oh, he gets them all! It's Glaive from the pit, locking in another Astralis round, and he might have been a little bit quiet so far, but that's something to remember him by. Astralis in with another. And the little couple of taps that come in from short, that's enough, right? Glaive then pieces it all together. He only needs a couple of clues, does a man like Glaive. 4-4, they keep it even. Astralis, just when you think they're down and out for the count, you get something like that.
Oh, dude, even with great reads so far from Vitality, even with the right players at the right place at the right time, it's not enough. And nothing is sacred for Vitality, especially not this money having to be a... Oh, I was going to say eco. They're going to fully commit. They're going to send it back. Signed and sealed, but will it be delivered? Because this is not a pretty buy by any means of the word. Pistols with a scout, an MP9 for RPK. Astralis running an SMG as well of their own device. Looking to farm those eco kills, but boy, they're not eco. They're aggressive. They're forced up, and they're right down middle already. Dupree realizes, but covered is RPK. Device gets an entry into the B site, and now the mid pushers come back to bite Vitality as Astralis wait for them. Nevera with a scout might be able to catch the bomb crossing, but he looks away at the wrong time, and that gives Astralis now the mid control. Nevera can still get picks here, but he gets picked apart by the quick shot from Magisk. And even though Apex is in the apartments, they are bypassing him in middle very fast. This is surely not one for the warrior of Apex, but he might find a gun. Hello. Oh, the double tap. AK gifted. Glaive's head spotted. There's a Molotov available. Will Glaive peek off for the sound? No. He waits and he burns, but he still wins the round.
Glaive's out for blood. Yeah. Glaive is not happy with what he's seeing here, right? He wants to send this reminder that, yeah, you know, you guys might have ruined us on Nuke, but remember who had your number on Dust 2? Remember that one team that constantly stood atop the podium? For years now, it's us, it's Astralis, and so they're on to 5. Short little break in the action here, and honestly, I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, oh, a moment to compose ourselves, a moment to catch our breaths. Like, we are truly blessed, right, with this event. Yeah. You know, we've got the best of the best. You know, you've got your Zywus, you got your devices, you got your simples, and then all these top teams all culminating now as we get closer and closer into these playoffs. And I tell you what, it's kind of incredible heading into this map that this is really like this new generation of French CS, you know, in this server right now. Because Shox is out, right? The majority is the young bloods, the younger players. And they're hungry for this win. But that's going to start to matter a hell of a lot as crunch time approaches, right? You're going to be hoping these young nerves can keep everything in check for Vitality.
Yeah, from 5th to 1st in rated players in this event is Shox, Device, ZywOo, Simple, Masuta. It's too good to write. And right now, we've got many of them in the server right now. Shox stepping back to allow Masuta into the series, and he's shown up in a big way already. But Astralis holding the lead by 1 while we wait for the action to continue. Some risky buys, some risky rotates, but all in good faith.
And for anyone who is just tuning in, right, here's what you've missed so far. So firstly, this is an elimination game, right? This is, loser of this is gone. So either, we're losing out on Vitality, the team that has been in grand final after grand final, but only hoisted that 1 trophy, right? And then they're looking to end 2020 on a high. This is obviously after a kind of troubling start to the year for Vitality. They lose Alex and everyone's thinking, man, that's it. How do they recover from this? Well, Apex, he steps up. He starts IGLing. They bring in Masuta, who at the time, no one really was expecting all too much, it felt like. But he's turned out to be a real diamond in the rough, has Masuta. So for these guys, they're trying to end 2020 on this high note. So there's a chance we don't get them. They don't even reach playoffs. Or on the other, it's Astralis. These guys have been in countless playoffs, man. Could you imagine an event where it's Astralis not there, right? Well, potentially, at the end of this, one of them's got to go.
They're first in 19 ESL events to not reach playoffs. Almost feels uncanny, but still available, still contestable. This, on the other hand, could be Vitality's 3rd event win in a row. And that's what they're gunning for, ending the year on the high, keeping the #1 spot and denying Astralis even a leg into those playoffs. These pistols are proving to be a problem as Apex D's down Device through the wall. His 2nd shot of the round, and RPK finds Dupree. Guns given over, but 2 unretrievable. The top of Banana. This is Astralis' default getting picked apart with the bomb back in spawn. Glaive fighting back into B, finally gets revenge. ZywOo hiding. Baiting shots from the spawn is Nevera as he runs round Ruins, and Glaive creepy crawly into the B bomb site, still waiting for his teammate in Zip. Doesn't want to give away the fact that he's here, and that bit of silence makes Masuta second guess. Doubling back to the long side with RPK rifled up, and still only pistols inside of B. Glaive and Zip have a chance in what was a 2-on-5.
Now Zip's here. Now you're feeling a little bit more confident, but they're not considering ZywOo, and that is thanks to Nevera. He's done a great job of feigning this idea that, yeah, it's me, I'm the guy that was here to begin with, and ZywOo never even peeked. Now he emerges, and that is a perfect example of a bait and switch. Now, I tell you what, Glaive didn't fall for it originally. He really wasn't sold on the idea that that P250 in CT was the other P250 that they'd heard firing off. But ZywOo, because he waits at the back of quad for what, like 40 seconds, just never moves a muscle. Glaive eventually goes, well, I should be dead now. I've been exposed to this bomb site for so long that if there is another P250 here, it should have got me by now. And so they completely discount ZywOo. Masterful stuff there to win it out on an eco for Team Vitality. But Vera is gone. He is spammed out of the round, never even given a chance to play, and Device follows up. So it's so back and forth, and this is continuing. Astralis now in the 5-on-3, and this is where they pump the brakes, right? This is where they slow it right down to make Vitality have to just sit there, mull this one over. Apex, the cogs in his brain having a turn from beyond the grave as he tries to piece together what on earth are Astralis going to call in a situation like this?
Especially with the amount of double backs and fake plays we've seen. You never know when smoke's over that B site or a commitment or just a bait. So Vitality, they hold strong with 2 inside of this site. Astralis committing into the more stacked of the 2, but will they be able to get through ZywOo, who finds the first? Device is gone. Quick pop flash to line his teammate back up for a fight. He's going to run through the smoke. ZywOo doubles up. That's a great hold from him. He's bought time for RPK. Will the quad be checked again? No one's looking back. Turn for Zip and a quick kill for RPK, but the cover is there as Magist keeps the trade intact, and Masuta left in another very difficult clutch, but he's got the util. He's got the kit. Does he have the respect of Astralis, who aren't sticking this bomb yet?
Yeah, they're waiting. They're waiting to see what he's bringing to the table. And Masuta right now does get spotted. Still looking to fight. Ooh. Still forcing the issue, making it Astralis' problem. And now they might regret not getting this bomb down. dupree's going to tap it, punches in those numbers. And suddenly it's Masuta on the clock. And with just 3 points of health, he needs the immediate kill. And the problem now is dupree could be anywhere. He's got so many angles to bear in mind. Masuta, top of the standings, now needs to show why, and in he goes, making his presence known. He knows where dupree is now, but it's dupree fast on the trigger to put 6 on the board for Astralis. A damn good try from Masuta to get that from the 1v2 down to a 1v1.
Look at this spam as well. It's just so relentless. Nivera's trapped. He's stuck on the wall and he can't back up. He's been spotted, but they just don't stop shooting. And due to him getting tagged through the wall, he can't escape. He's slowed down even further. You think Astralis would stop shooting after a few bullets, but they just fully send that one home with the opening kill. And lots of rounds with lots of picks for Astralis. Nivera looking to put a stop to it this time around. He dodges the flash with the orb. He is glass as well, so top mid nades could prove to be a problem. But even Astralis are taking their time to get out middle. dupree just holding on his lonesome device, mollying up B. Apex is still committed. ZywOo can line up this retake utility that we so often see towards the top of Banana, waiting for that one to fade, and in comes another smoke and molly. The molly will miss. The smoke doesn't help. And ZywOo at least can bail Apex out of this position if they want to concede. Astralis lining up that long util. Up into this A site they look. Nivera cut off by the smoke. It's going to have to be blind shots or just giving it up and going back to long. Masuta on an early B rotate. This might be heard by Magis at the top of B as he runs down the speedway. Astralis, they take middle. You never know when it's a commitment, and right now it's not, as they double back with the bomb. It's a kill for ZywOo up the top of B. That's a pick for Device, but bomb spotted. Might keep players there. Vitality think it's all a ruse, and they rotate Apex out as Nivera swaps damage in middle. The bomb is coming B. The bomb is committing, and Vitality are none the wiser.
Masuta, it's all on him again. So often he's left in these key positions where he has to deliver. And if he doesn't at least go 1-for-1 here, Vitality can write this one off. Molly's really going to heat things up for him, and that utility is masterful to get him out of the bomb site. And that there should seal the deal on the save. And if that didn't, that definitely will. From Zip, RPK and Nivera, they hate to have to make this call, but they've got nothing else left in the tank. Astralis building upon this lead, building up momentum. Vitality coming into this game on a 9-win streak on this map. The most recent victory as well, even being up against the likes of Astralis just recently. And this has all been as well on the back of Nivera being the man subbed into this map, right? He feels like he's made a huge difference to the Vitality Inferno game plan. His arch holds looking so damn good. But right now, don't let any of that, don't let any of the stats, any of the history fool you, because it is Astralis still picking up momentum, still building upon this lead.
Yeah. You know, we saw the kind of opposite effect of this in yesterday, where Heroic and Furia battled out across multiple overtimes, 3 in fact, only for Heroic to steal that map away. They then ran out of steam in the final map and got bodied on Vertigo. We are not seeing that for Astralis. They didn't fight this hard and fight this long just to give it up in the third. They've crafted an opportunity to take this series and run through to the playoffs yet again, as they so often have. And right now they're making the most of it. 7-5, a dominant T side so far, and we have just begun. Still chances for more with the money of Vitality wounded. A lot of forcing in the CT side, desperation. And opening kills so often falling in favor of Astralis in this map as well. We've got pistols out around the saved weaponry. Nivera can't even buy armor. He's got to stick with the glass AWP. Boost up in CT spawn. Who's doing it? Who's the turret? It's ZywOo sitting back and relaxing, gambling with 4B of Vitality. And look at Astralis already edging the other way. RPK though, he's the hero M4, the one armored rifle inside of this A site. And dropping off the ledge of the balcony just to play as far away as he can, forcing Astralis to commit if they want to find that kill. B wall smoke coming through. Glaive keeping these 4 players here as Astralis set up for what will not be a fake in this round, what will be a commitment. It's an abs crawl. They're going to pop out. RPK, they need to flash him if they don't want to get mown down by this tank.
In they go. No one's checked RPK yet. There's some damage. Bomb now dropped, and RPK giving them a bit of a spanking as they get out through the apartments. Now, he has secured the 4-on-3 here, and Vitality, you know, if he only goes 1-for-1, I think they just save. Maybe they send the pistols in, like, yeah, good luck, guys. Go have a little run around, see what you can do. But now they're interested. Navera's got this AWP, right? He can help the pistols out. There's a lot to gain from this round, and at the very, very least, they can damage the Astralis money before it gets out of control. Navera undoubtedly is going to play a key part in that with the AWP, and he falls short on the first peak. And now that save call is looking likely, right? Masuta retrieving that AWP, backs out of there. He wants nothing to do with the retake. Keeping that AWP alive is far more important. Apex found, and now just ZywOo, 1v3 at the very, very least. Might get out of it with a gun as Device gives one over. And so it's the little victories there for Vitality. A lot of damage done to Astralis. Yeah, they don't get the round, but they get out of it with the AWP and the AK as well. And they're going to force a lot of reinvestment here out of the Danes. But at this point in time, this late in the half, that reinvestment might not matter as much as you would like if you're Team Vitality.
Yeah, we are seeing great signs out of RPK, right? The fact that he can do that on his own on a full 5-man A execute into the site. Well, who knows what's going to happen if Astralis commit up against a normal setup for Vitality. That was only a half buy, only pistols and armor. They were preparing for this rifle round. 1 kit on Navera, so the retake is available if we get to that point. Astralis charging up B, Device so often throwing this smoke to deny the Molotov. Great grenade thrown back down, but no AWP to spam him through the half wall. He will live to tell the tale. And another early default for Astralis where they just trade grenade damage up Banana. Eventually, Vitality can see that Molly traps them either forward or backwards, and they don't want to be the former. Like... It's just the trade game right now. It's just these nades. Astralis not making it clear where they want to end up, probably don't even know themselves, basing it off of whatever picks present. Navera on this AWP, still yet to see ZywOo AWP in this map so far. Posted on long, the smoke fades, and he gets all that information. Is that a bait though? Will that force him back into a B rotate? He smokes off mid and keeps Astralis out. RPK, bit of re-aggression. Dupree has found him in this position before from the boiler. But he's not swinging wide for the fight. It's just so measured. It's so patient from either side. No one wants to be that man giving up a kill, going down unnecessarily. It's a commitment. It's a B execute. And it's, again, the 2 anchormen of Apex and ZywOo to hold strong.
Yeah, Dupree faking out A in the meantime, right? Just a bit of damage, delaying these rotations that much more is now the real hit, the real essence of this round goes in towards B. And with those 2 kills found right away, it's an immediate save call for Vitality. Astralis, they are looking relentless. They have channeled that champion mindset that we talk about, and they're picking up steam. It's getting scary. And if you're Vitality here, you're thinking to yourself, this could have been a 2-0. There were times where this could have been over already. You wouldn't be worrying. You wouldn't be now staring down the barrel of elimination. Do they have that resilience? Because right now, Astralis, they're channeled in, man. They're looking scary. We haven't really seen that same form hit by Astralis from times gone by throughout this year. They've had a lot of troubles. They've had a lot of, you know, kind of, you know, you look at it and it's not the same Astralis that you knew and loved. Well, right now, we're seeing that measured approach. We're seeing that confidence, that belief in Glaive and his system and the strats that, you know, just get in your opponent's head.
Yeah, just perfect B executes. That's the most important thing. They're doing the dirty up towards B. They're never letting these CTs trade effectively. ZywOo swings with a flash, but they were already in the pool by the point he runs through with his back turned. Apex only good for 1, and if you're trading 2-1 and B executes, as long as Astralis are committing with a bomb, they're winning the round then and there. There's nothing you can do. It's CT Inferno. Vitality desperate for a 6th round. It's last of the half. It's last chance. And we haven't had an AWP on side. We've just had Nevera just running it on Arch, getting denied by dupreeh's lurking, and constant long re-smokes. Never with the information. And Astralis rarely committing into A. Device eating molly damage down B, has to get out of there alive. Only just. Nice setup in the porch side. We got RPK tucked, Masutra above, but Glaive opening up through the smoke onto Apex. That is a killer blow to Vitality in a round where they have already had trouble holding B. Well, now it's just one man and one man alone, even though it is ZywOo against a full set piece of Astralis. There's really no way to hold it down. And still Vitality don't gamble or rotate. They still keep 3 on A. They hope that Astralis go into what they will think is a 2-2 setup. Astralis very methodical still, pushing back the porch player, leaving RPK trapped as Mizuta has to concede. But he wants info, and he wants kills, and he might get them as they re-aggress in middle.
Oh, Device just peeling off the angle. That gives a bit of room to Nevera. There's that killing blow to Zip. And now the rotation for him, B-Wood, that is the right call to make. Well met by Nevera as he starts to move around to help out ZywOo. ZywOo here. Actually, the bomb's going back. They're heading back towards the A site. This is a last split-second decision. And Masuta hears the footsteps, but blindsided by dupreeh. And now we look to one man, RPK, only good for one. Doesn't buy enough time. It's a bomb plant in for Astralis. 3-on-2 to close out this half in the post plant.
At that point, Vitality is setting up to aggress down mid. They're setting up to retake B. They don't even know it's coming right back to them. And now they've got to do it against the AWP posted in the site. The molly may have burnt him out, but Device still stands tall.
Nevera waiting, given a chance, but the unscope, the timing, and now ZywOo might have to learn the hard way what guys like Simple have known for ages. You can be as good as you like, but getting past these set pieces, these strategies, takes far more than one man. He falls short, and it's 10-5 for Astralis at the end of that first half. They're looking for victory. Are we witnessing the return of the king?
Your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energies. Pull yourself back together, and staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, but pack your bag now. Keep your feet on the ground and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They're waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get out now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you back out.
France versus Denmark. Two regions with an incredible pedigree of Counter-Strike history behind them. And now, there's a world in which one of these teams, a very real world that's right around the corner, is not going to be in those playoffs. And will it be Astralis? They currently hold this lead. 19 ESL events they've reached playoffs in, and they're not looking to have that streak end now. It's actually Vitality. The guys who throughout 2020 have looked stalwart, have looked unbeatable, right? Well, I say unbeatable, have at least been good to make finals. They're the ones in a rough spot, and this pistol round is already explosive, far faster than what we saw out of the Danes. It's Vitality charging up towards the top of Banana, but that smoke, that's going to impede this progress. While this has gone on, Device, oh, that pesky Device, he's pushed down through mid. Ooh. Does get dinked by Nevera, so he's out of there. That mid aggression now stifled by Vitality, and that gets them a little bit more room over here towards this B site.
Yeah, reboost for Zip above what will be a CT-sided smoke for Vitality. They've got a nade. That could kill someone here on the B-bomb side. Where's it going to go in through? Nevera throwing it high. That's a quick tap. Zywoo, goodbye. Dupree waiting for Zip to strike, and good damage off of the HE. Finds everyone for Astralis. Oh boy, they may have had two gooshed players, but an HE right back down Banana, and a player on the boost cleans up that round with ease. What a play for Astralis, 11-5. This could be Vitality going out with a whimper. Like you said, an incredible year for them. Peaking at #1. So many teams have, but unable to hold it. And not just is the worry of going out in playoffs here for Vitality, or going out in groups rather for Vitality, but if Astralis win this event, likely back up to #1 themselves, Vitality can be dethroned. They don't want to even open the doorway to a possibility like that. Obviously a long road ahead in those playoffs. Winner of this facing Na'Vi with heroes of their own from the CIS region. But right now, it's the here and the now. 5-11, Vitality, desperate force with a scout with Deagles and trying to crunch middle with a double setup for Astralis.
Bomb still waits back down here at ramp. And Glaive, he knows all about that. He knows it all too well. He's dropped the bomb. Look at what that's done. Vitality were over in top mid, putting the pressure on. Well, now they've had to flock back to retrieve the bomb in question. RPK, the man tasked with getting a hold of it, but he's not keen on running into those bullets that are volleying their way through the smoke. Masuta will give them a little bit of room, a bit of a chance, but you still have to get past Dupree, because when you find Device, his old mate in Dupree is often close behind, and this bomb is still in the prying eyes of Astralis. RPK never retrieved it, so that's now him and Zywoo's problem for a later date, and Glaive just won't give it up. He's relentless. The bomb belongs to Astralis. Nevera all alone, and while these players are low, the one that's caused so much turmoil for Vitality is the man in this corner. Glaive with the jump shot, locks it in. And Magisk even gives him a bit of a parting gift, a bit of a handicap there, trying to give Vitality an edge.
Yeah, no fear of your Astralis. You laughed that one off. You're 12-5 up, and Glaive just sliced them out in middle. If they had the bomb, Masuta with that long pick, they could have sped it up. They could have taken that A site, but RPK couldn't even grab the bomb through the smoke. Astralis constantly spamming it with the SMGs, putting in just enough fear in Vitality. And now a full eco. That force buy goes nowhere. Astralis know what's happening. They know what they're up against, and they're going to take every liberty to take down Vitality. Pushing down the middle is Magis, finding the first. The nades double up. And this should be a clean sweep for Astralis. 13 rounds almost guaranteed in this position. This is going to have to be one of the most incredible comebacks for Vitality on the T side of Inferno against Astralis if they are to make this happen. Otherwise, playoffs, forget it. Grouped alongside Complexity and Heroic.
And I think a lot of people were looking at Vitality as, you know, this is it. This is their event. This is how they do it, right? They round out the year with these 3 trophy lists, and then that would cement them. You know, 2020, the year of Vitality. What comes next? Well, we might not even know. We might not even get that. Astralis just 3 away from sending the Frenchman packing from this event. RPK trying to do everything he can to not let that happen, has opened up this round And is now looking to get away with even more. Nevera flashing him in over the half wall. There's RPK with the peak, but the flash is dodged. Nobody's blind. And that advantage now narrowly kept in favor of Vitality by Apex.
Yeah, running right back to middle though. Dupree's pushed the smoke. He's realized this one's clear. Telling his team to be wary of what will be an A take, and Device with the one rifle. Dupree does retrieve one at the top of B, but they're already charging through the apartments. Magis dropping pit side. He hears them. The molly goes out. They're coming from short. He can't swing. Surely ZywOo dead, but there's the trade lined up on Nevera, and Device with the spray dropping the bomb, and the hopes and dreams of Vitality up against the bonus round. The two rifles. Apex can't find the first, and that looked done. That looked like a Vitality on the board, but instead Astralis picking up the pieces of the round and carving a path to the playoffs. 2 rounds away from it. We talked to Device back at Beijing. He said it would take time for Astralis to get back to that #1 spot, to be the team that we know, that we love across these last few years. But hey, not a lot of time indeed by the looks of things.
That's the thing, man. We know guys like Glaive to be geniuses, but time travel just seemed one step too far. This is like ripe 2019 conditions here. Astralis just laying waste to Vitality, and it doesn't even look close. This is it. This is the last chance, the last dance, really, for Vitality. If they don't win this, their run here at the IEM Global Challenge, it's over. It's done. And Astralis would then be eyeing up that throne, would then be eyeing up first place. Not just here, but even looking beyond that into the rankings, trying to leapfrog over Vitality. So let's see if the Frenchman can, some way, somehow, get back into this. The flashes are good, top banana control contested, but the fight is waned. It's given over to Vitality. There's the response. Apex trading. Keeps it all even, keeps the 4v4 open, and the A play, the true nature of this round, now looking to come through, but 3 strong here. Device is a little ways away, but Dupree offering up a hell of a hold. Now the wrap from Device, and this might be the deal sealed. Nevera needs to do something incredible, and it's not gonna happen. Magis down in the pit puts 15 on that board for Astralis, now 1 away from solidifying their spot in the playoffs and sending Vitality packing.
These cold Danish killers, they give no room. They give no way back in. They give no respect. And this is unbelievable. To go from Vitality clawing in overtime after Astralis have a huge lead on Dust 2. That was 10-3. It goes to overtime and overtime again. And then they run out of steam. Everything in the tank gone, even subbing in a player that hasn't even played in this series. He's looked good, but it's not made a difference. Astralis are out for blood, out for revenge, and a tech pause is not what you want if you're Vitality. Just sitting, stewing in the silence as you wait for Astralis to bring down the fire.
And that's the thing, right? You know, when we headed into this, we were billing it as like this clash of Device and ZywOo, right? This head-to-head of 2 real titans of the game, right? 2 real legends. And right now, Device, he's delivering in spades, man. Even looking back to Dust, right? It was him and Dupree, that dynamic duo that was giving so much to Astralis. And ZywOo looks so good there as well. But here on Inferno, he's damn near silent, is ZywOo. He's been really struggling. That B site was the object of Astralis' desire so many times. And every single time they went there, the utility just proved to be far too much for those B players to handle. And that has left ZywOo with a very, very quiet half. Instead, you want to know who we're looking at? We're looking at Masuta, just subbed in for this game. He's at least been looking all right. And alongside him, you've got RPK topping the charts. Outside of that, everyone else is quiet.
And RPK, man, first half anchoring pick, getting away with multi-kills. They rarely won the rounds off the back of his impact. He would put Vitality in advantageous positions, but we know Astralis' post plants can be terrifying to get back into. Device in the AWP post plants. And I mean, talking about orbs, Zywoo hasn't had one in this map. He didn't run it all CT side. It was Nevera on Arch who got smoked off almost every time. And he's not had the money in this T side with constant rebuys from Vitality. Is this it? Is this the end of the Frenchman for 2020? Dupree wants to make it so. A quick peek down middle. Nevera out for the count, back to the bench as he waits, hoping his teammates can keep this series alive, keep this tournament run alive. But no, Astralis, they want to go out with a bang as Vitality go out with a whimper. A remolly at B, it stalls Apex. It buys time for a rotate that Glaive is already considering deep in the speedway, shuffling backwards step by step. A minute on the clock and Vitality lining up the execute.
And it all comes down to a B play, a hope that you can break this B site down, but Glaive is already here, flashing them, holding them back, just delaying anything, and in through the smoke goes Glaive, and down goes Vitality. Astralis lock it in, and they now have taken